On May 23, 2014, the quiet town of Isla Vista, California, became the center of a national nightmare. A 22-year-old man named Elliot Rodger went on a killing spree that left 6 innocent people dead and 14 others injured. The motive? A chilling mixture of rage, entitlement, and a manifesto that would shock the world. This is the story of Elliot Rodger, the self-proclaimed supreme gentleman, and how his delusions turned deadly. Elliot Oliver Robertson Rodger was born on July 24, 1991, in London, England. His father, Peter Rodger, was a filmmaker who worked on major Hollywood productions like The Hunger Games. His mother, Lee Chin, was a nurse. The family moved to California when Elliot was young, seeking a better life in the entertainment capital of the world from an early age. Elliot showed signs of social isolation. In his own words, he was shy, quiet, and reserved. He was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and received therapy and social skills training throughout childhood. Despite these efforts, Elliot never truly felt like he fit in. He often retreated into video games and fantasy worlds to escape the reality that he couldn't connect with others. As Elliot entered his teenage years, his isolation worsened. He became increasingly obsessed with his own perceived social failures, especially with women. Despite his desire for affection, he claimed he had never kissed a girl and blamed the world for what he saw as unjust rejection. By the time he reached college at Santa Barbara City College, his frustrations had turned to hatred. He joined online forums, most notoriously ones associated with the involuntary celibate or Incel community. These platforms fueled his anger, validating his belief that attractive women only chose certain types of men. Leaving others like him to suffer, he began to see himself as a victim of a cruel society, and worse, as someone who needed revenge. In the months leading up to the massacre, Elliot Rodger began preparing what he called his day of retribution. He penned a 137-page manifesto titled My Twisted World, detailing his life, his hatred for women, and his plans for mass murder. The document paints a chilling picture of a young man consumed by envy, self-pity, and a desire to punish the world for his loneliness. He believed society owed him sex and love, and since he didn't receive it, he thought he had the right to take lives. He also created several YouTube videos where he spoke directly to the camera, expressing his hatred and delusions of grandeur. On May 23, 2014, Elliot Rodger carried out his plan. He began by stabbing his 2 roommates and a friend inside his apartment. Then, he drove to a sorority house near the University of California, Santa Barbara, where he attempted to enter but was locked out. Undeterred, he shot 3 people nearby, killing 2 young women. Rodger continued his rampage through the streets, shooting at pedestrians and hitting people with his car. The chaos lasted around 10 minutes, involving multiple shootouts with police. He eventually crashed his car and was found dead inside from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the end. 6 people were killed and 14 were wounded. The attack stunned the nation, not only for its brutality, but for its calculated, almost theatrical nature. Elliot Rodger's attack sparked intense media attention and public discourse. His manifesto went viral, and the term incel began entering mainstream discussions. People were horrified that such hatred could fester online unnoticed. The tragedy prompted the US government and tech platforms to look more closely at misogyny and radicalization on the internet. Social media sites and forums were scrutinized, and the dangers of echo chambers became more evident. Victims' families called for stricter gun control and better mental health support, urging the country to learn from the senseless violence. Disturbingly, in some corners of the internet, Elliot Rodger became a cult figure. On 4chan and similar platforms, some users referred to him as Saint Elliot, praising him as a symbol of rebellion against a society they believed wronged them. This glorification of a mass killer revealed a deeply troubling subculture, one that still persists. Authorities now take such online sentiments more seriously, understanding the potential for future violence. Rodger's case became a tragic blueprint for later killers who cited him as an influence. The story of Elliot Rodger forces us to ask difficult questions. How do we prevent young men from becoming radicalized online? What role do mental health, social media, and societal pressure play in shaping these outcomes? While his actions were monstrous, ignoring the warning signs and the systems that failed him would be a mistake. Behind every headline is a complex web of missed opportunities for intervention. Understanding the mind of a killer like Elliot Rodger isn't about sympathy. It's about prevention.